In this video, we'll quickly demonstrate what the fluid function is and how it works. The fluid function is found within the built-ins tab, in your shader folder or SH tab, and the effect folder. And the way that this works is that we're going to go back into our global primitives and we're going to work with a 3D object first. So I'm just going to use a cube and I'm just going to slide it into the scene tree. Now I'm just going to add some type of material and or an image to this. So I have an image here in my favorites. I'm just going to go ahead and change the mapping to vertex, and let's rotate this a little bit so that we can see all sides. Also want to scale it up just a bit. Now I'm going to go back into my SH tab, my shaders, and in my effect folder I'm going to take this fluid and I'm going to drag it right down onto this 3D object, or my cube in this case. So once it's on there, I'm going to go ahead and click on my fluid, and within the editor here we notice two things. We have an inertia and we have a strength. So I'm going to leave the default settings as is, and I'm going to come into my transformation editor here. And let's just reset this so that's facing us. And what I'm going to do is just slide this position left. Now I'm going to go ahead and rewind my timeline. I'm going to set a keyframe and I'm going to slide our position right. And you can kind of see barely now that when we hit play here, there's a little bit of fluid movement in it since we have our fluid function on it. I'm going to go into my fluid function into the editor here, and I'm going to increase the inertia, and then I'm just going to rewind my timeline here, and you can kind of see again what happens when we increase the inertia of our fluid. So I hit play, you can kind of see how it stretches out and then eases into that inertia there in the fluid. Now we also have a strength, so I'm going to increase my strength again, and let's rewind this. You can kind of see again how this cube is taking effect with this fluid. So we hit play, again it kind of eases into that fluid movement and then eases out of that fluid movement. So a couple of things that you'll need to kind of just play around with is your inertia and strength, and depending which type of object you have this on, it may affect it differently. So another thing to be careful about is also what type of object you have it mapped on. So for instance, if I have a circle here and I try to put this fluid on the circle and do the same thing with the position on here, you can kind of see it's not going to work with the circle. But we try other 2D objects, so let's try something like the ring here. We can drag the same image on it and just slide the fluid down onto that, and we come in here with the position and you can kind of see how it affects the movement of this ring now. So the fluid really is there to affect the position, and it doesn't matter if it's the position X, the position Y, or even the position Z that it can affect. However, if we do try to do it as a rotation or scaling animation, the fluid won't have much effect on it. So this function can certainly help you achieve a more organic animation within your scenes, but again, one of these things that you just have to be careful about with which type of objects that you use it on.